affirmation of which of the following authorities have mentioned in the Schedule 3 of the Constitution of India? See, you must thoroughly learn all those 12 schedules under our Indian Constitution. See, originally there was only 8 schedules, and 9th was added by First Amendment Act, 10th was added by 52nd Amendment Act, 52nd, 11th was added by 73rd Amendment Act, 12th was added by 74th Amendment Act. You must note down the basic content as well as the basic provisions under all these 12 schedules. These are very much important from prelims point of view regarding UPSC examinations, because multiple times large number of questions are asked from these respective topics. So please be please be thorough with all these 12 schedules. Clear? And under Schedule 3 talks about the oath or affirmations of various officers under our context. So there, please note, let's learn in order. Candidates, see, candidates. You just keep in mind the process of an election mechanism under our Indian context. Okay, first of all, a candidate is contesting, right? That is candidates to parliament as well as candidates to state legislature. They must take oath. See, before being elected as a member of assembly or parliament, as a candidate, they must take an oath before election commission or a person authorized by the Election Commission of India. Okay, so candidates to parliament or candidates to state legislature must take an oath. So after their contesting election, they win. So they become what? Members of either parliament, of either state legislature. So as an MP or an MLA or an MLC, they must take an oath. Clear? And among these members, some will become ministers, right? That is members, minister of the union or minister of any state. They must take a oath as a minister. So candidates to parliament or state legislature, after winning, members of parliament and members of state legislature, some become members of the, ministers of the union or ministers of the state. Then comes judges of Supreme Court and High Court and CAG. See, judges of Supreme Court and High Court and CAG is common to second schedule and third schedule. Second talks about emoluments, allowances of various officers. 3 talks about oath or affirmation. So among these 2 and third schedule, CAG as well as judges become common to both these things. Clear? So please be clear on that. Fine. So see, candidates for election to state legislature, yeah, comes under third schedule. Chief Election Commissioner, no. CAG, yes. Person Vice President, no. So answer is 1 and 3. That is A is our right answer. Again see, here please learn about the second schedule. Talks about the emolument, salaries, allowances of various officers. You may learn such a manner. You may learn as constitutional head. That is President of India as well as Governor of State. Clear? Then you may learn as presiding officer. Clear? Presiding officer of Parliament as well as state legislature. In case of Parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. In case of Lok Sabha, Speaker and Deputy Speaker. In case of Rajya Sabha, Chairman and Deputy Chairman. In case of state legislature, Legislative Assembly and Legislative Council. So in Assembly, Speaker and Deputy. In Council, Chairman and Deputy. Then as I said earlier, judges of Supreme Court and High Court as well as CAG is common to both the second and third schedules. So in this manner, you simplify your preparation. I repeat once again, second schedule, constitutional head, presiding officers, then common judges and CAG. Constitutional heads, president and governor, presiding officer means all those 8 presiding officers. We have parliament and state legislature, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and Assembly and Council. All these we have 2 each presiding officers. Then CAG and judges. Okay, that's it. So answer to this question is option 1 and 3, A, 1 and 3 only. Clear? Which of the following is or are considered as deviations to the doctrine of separation of powers mentioned in the Constitution of India? So which of these following are deviations to doctrine of separation of powers asked here? One is joint sitting of the Parliament, delegated legislation, contempt of parliament. Clear? So you must know what is meant by separation of powers. Separation of powers means it implies three meanings. One is a member of one organ. See, first of all, a state has three organs, that is legislature, executive as well as judiciary. Legislature means who make laws, lawmaking. Executive means implementing laws. Judiciary means adjudicating laws, that is our court system. Okay, so lawmaking is done by whom? Legislature, implementation by executive as well as adjudication by judiciary, or giving punishments or settling disputes by whom? The judiciary only. So the separation of powers theory says that a member of one organ should not be a member of another organ. It says that a member of legislature should not be a part of executive. That's a meaning here. Second one says that a member of one organ should not control the other organ, it says. The third point says that a member of one organ should not do the work of other organ. Simply means the lawmaking should not be done by the judiciary or the executive. So one organ should not do the work of others. One organ should not control the other organ. And one member of one organ should be a member of other organ. This is what meant by the term attached to the separation of powers. So under our context, there are some kind of variations here. See, take the case of delegated legislation. What is meant by delegate legislation? Delegation means what? Giving one's own powers or assigning one's own powers to others. For example, I have so and so powers and I am asking you to do those powers. That is what we mean by delegation. So once I delegate the powers to you, I have the power to take back those powers back to me itself. This is what we mean by delegation. Legislation means lawmaking. This shows that the natural or the authorized lawmaking authority is giving their powers to make laws to some other authorities. This is what we mean by delegated legislation. Simply means in certain cases our parliament is about to make laws, right? Our parliament make a skeleton law. That is, they make a draft of a law and they ask the executives to frame a detailed law. I repeat once again, our lawmaking body, that is parliament, it make a skeleton law and ask the executives to make a detailed law. This is what mean by delegated legislation. So here what happens? Here executive is making laws. The executive is making laws, which is the duty of a legislature. So this is a deviation to separation of powers. So 2 should be there in our answer. Clear? So 2 should be there in our answer. Then comes contempt of parliament. See, under our parliamentary privileges, parliament has the authority to punish a member or an outsider for breach of their parliamentary privileges. See, a few decades back, there was a case called cash for query case. Cash for query case. This simply means at that time, 10 Lok Sabha members as well as 1 Rajya Sabha members received bribe for asking questions in the parliament. That is, just to do their duty to ask questions in the parliament, they received bribe. And what happened means, their respective houses, Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha, collectively disqualified those members as an MP. And later, High Court upheld that verdict. Okay, this shows that the parliament has the power to punish. See, normally, who has the power to punish? Only judiciary. Clear? Judiciary adjudicate laws and judiciary impose what? Punishment. But here what happened? A legislative board is also imposing what? Punishment. This is also a deviation from the separation of powers theory. So 3 should also be there in our answer. And regarding joint sitting. So what is joint sitting? If there is a deadlock for passage of the bill, President of India can call for a joint sitting of both the house of the parliament. Okay, Lok Sabha is also coming, Rajya Sabha is also coming, both sit together, they make laws. That's their normal function. So already Lok Sabha is making laws, fine. Rajya Sabha is also making laws, and they sit together, again doing the same job only, making laws. So there is nothing deviation regarding joint sitting. Clear? So the answer is 2 and 3. C 2 and 3 is our answer, because this delegated legislation and contempt of parliament, through that mechanism, the concept of separation of powers is being deviated. Okay. under which of the following circumstances Parliament can legislate on the subjects listed in the state list? When a state passes resolutions requesting the Parliament to enact laws on a matter in the state list, if the Rajya Sabha passes a resolution in the special majority declaring the subjects to have national importance, if national emergency is declared in any part of the country, find out the correct statement. See, hope you know that under normal circumstances, only state can make laws on matters subject under state list. But there are 5 extraordinary circumstances under which the Parliament is empowered to make law on a subject under state list. So, under those 5 circumstances, even without a formal amendment to the Constitution, Parliament is empowered to make laws on subjects under state list. So, those 5 things we are going to learn here. Clear? Among that, one is under Article 249. Under Article 249, if Rajya Sabha passes a resolution, that is Rajya Sabha is passing a resolution saying that we are entrusting Parliament to make laws on so and so subject under state list, and that resolution must be passed by a 2/3 majority. I repeat once again, under Article 249, if Rajya Sabha passes a resolution by a 2/3 majority, that is 2/3 of the members present and voting, empowering Parliament to make a law on subject under state list because of national importance. So Rajya Sabha is saying that because of so and so national important issues, we are empowering Parliament to make a law on so and so matters, say subject A or subject B. In these matters, Parliament can currently make law. So who empowers it? Rajya Sabha. So if Rajya Sabha empowers through this required majority, comes under Article 249, then Parliament can make law on these subjects. Clear? Also please note that this resolution is valid for a time period of 1 year. So within this 1 year, Parliament must make law. Clear? And this law will be valid after 6 months this resolution ceases to operate. I repeat once again, the resolution time period is 1 year, right? Okay, resolution time period is 1 year. So within this 1 year, the laws must be made by the Parliament on this respective subject. Clear? And when the resolution come to an end, that time period end, from that moment onwards till next 6 months, that law will be valid. After that, the law will be automatically cease to operate. But see, this resolution can be extended any number of time by 1 year at a time. See, this 1 year is coming to an end. So again, Rajya Sabha passed a resolution by 2/3 majority. We are extending this resolution to next 1 year. Then this is extended to next 1 year. Then this law will be valid again 6 more months after this resolution ceases to operate. Clear? This is what mentioned under Article 249 of the Constitution. Clear? Second case, under Article 250, whenever there is national emergency in operation. See, in India, in any part of India, if there is national emergency or President of India declare a national emergency, then on any matters, Parliament is empowered to make law on subject under state list. I repeat once again, if there is national emergencies in operation in any part of India, then Parliament is empowered to make laws on subject under state list. This is mentioned under Article 250 of the Constitution. Okay? Again, sorry. The third says that under Article 252 of the Constitution, if 2 or more states make a joint request, that is State A, State B and State C is making a joint request to Parliament that on so and so matters, you Parliament please make a common law for us 3 states. Say example, Kerala or Tamil Nadu or Andhra Pradesh, maybe taking examples. These 3 states jointly request the Parliament to make a common law on a subject under state list. If such things happen, then Parliament, see, the respective states authorize the Parliament to make laws. They are given permission. So now Parliament can make law on this respective subject. In which subject they want a common law, on that subject now Parliament can make law. But the thing is that this law will be applicable only to these respective states and not to the entire nation. I repeat once again, under Article 252, if Parliament make a law, that laws will be applicable only to those states concerned and not to the entire nation. But one more difference is there. If any other state, say example Maharashtra, if Maharashtra feels that they like that law or they want to adopt that law, then Maharashtra can adopt that law by passing a resolution in their respective legislature. So Maharashtra in their respective legislature passing a resolution that we are adopting this parliamentary law, then that will also be a part of implemented in Maharashtra as well. Likewise, any state can adopt this parliamentary law. But the thing is that who make this law? Parliament. So only Parliament can amend this law and only Parliament can repeal this law. Further states will have no role regarding that law. Why? Only Parliament created it. So only Parliament can amend or Parliament can repeal those laws. And state must follow it blindly, those who ask for that respective laws. I'll give one best example. You might have learned about the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, right? So at that time, I think 8 or 11, in many states, around I think 11 states. So 11 states made a joint request to the Parliament. It says that if 2 or more states make a joint request, so minimum there must be 2 states, right? So at that time, 11 states made a joint request to the Parliament to make a law on subject under environment protection. So Parliament comes with this law called WPA Act. And later on, many states adopted this law by passing a resolution. So through this mechanism also, Parliament can make law on subject under state list. Clear? Next comes under Article 253 of the Constitution. That is to implement international treaties. To implement international treaties also, Parliament can make law on subject under state list even without the consent of respective state. Clear? Next comes Article 356. That is when presence rule is in operation in a state also, at that time Parliament can make law on any subject under state list. So under these 5 circumstances, that is Article 249, Article 250, Article 252, Article 253 as well as Article 356. So in these 5 conditions, the Parliament is empowered to make law on subjects under state list. So please be thorough with this. Clear? Now moving to the question. It says that when a state passes a resolution requesting the Parliament to enact laws on matter in state list. No, it is not a single state, but 2 or more states must make a joint request. So 1 is a wrong statement. Clear? See here D is 1, 2 and 3, okay. Second statement says that if Rajya Sabha passes a resolution in a special majority, that is a 2/3 majority, declaring the subjects to have national importance. Yeah, this shows that Article 249. So it's a right statement. Clear? Next, if national emergency is declared in any part of the country, exactly this comes under Article 250 of the Constitution. So in these cases, Parliament can make law on a subject under state list. So answer is option C, that is 2 and 3 only. Clear?